Yeah, we can't hear that.
All right. Let's go. Ladies and gentlemen, time for the highest production value that nobody gives a flying fuck about on the internet. It's time for one of my shows. What is up, everybody?
Yeah.
Ravens in chat, what's good?
Hey,
Welcome
Raven.
to Mr. Phibb is joining as always, and this week, to save my voice a little bit, is the better half of Skin and Bones.
Yeah, right.
Mr. BE, what up, brother? Live
Good to
from
see
Florida.
you, man. Live from Florida. I'm happy to be here. It's been a while. We did this like once before, I don't know, 5 months ago. So glad to be here. Glad to be here.
Well, you know, photo finish people I work with tend to tell me like they're all into shit and then they don't show up. So I'm used to it personally. But obviously you actually do have an excuse. Been married, you're on like 17 honeymoons and vacations. I feel like you won some sort of sweepstakes or something from Ed McMahon. Every time I talk to him, he's like, I'm getting on another plane. But yeah, shout out to Clover's over in chat. What's up? But yeah, man, so we have we got After Dark. We got some degenerate wagering happening. We're gonna take a look at the horses coming up. Gonna try to handicap a little bit better tonight or at all. Right, Phibb? Normally that's the plan, and then we just kind of derail into some weird degeneracy.
That's exactly what happens. Yes, absolutely.
And we will cover Syndicate Corner eventually, but this is part of one of my syndicates now, so now it's kind of weird because if I'm yelling at you on behalf of the syndicate, it's almost like he's yelling at you. So thankfully he's a new one. So
you're a new syndicate. Okay, so
he's new-ish. He
So what's today's grievance from the horse's mouth in this case?
Actually, grievances are good. Most corner, I feel like racing schedule's been pretty clean, but then again, when Crown is good, racing's typically good. So, you know, I mean, everybody's eating, obviously. But I feel like, across the board, man.
Yeah.
Horses are finding good, respectable races. I don't feel like I'm reaching too much.
The staking earnings already this month are crazy. People must be racing out of control. Yeah.
Yeah. It's astronomical. I was actually just telling BE, I think when you popped in the backstage, you know, I was staking on 3 tracks for the most part. And then just recently I was like, well, let me just kind of do an even across the board on all 5. And I do see, you know, considerable difference already on the kickback. So whether it's just racing's astronomical right now or, you know, spreading it out across all 5 is the way to go. But yeah, definitely seeing high yield coming back so far.
Yeah. Things are looking good. You know, we've always got something cooking, but of course we do continue to be cooking in the background. But things, I mean, there's just it seems like right now, one of the things that's motivating people so much is sort of this momentum of market forces that are happening right now. It's like between Sol ecosystem tokens, our token. Of course, this is the flywheel at work, so it is the system succeeding. But you know, we're still we have to meet the mark in a few ways. You know, we're looking to massively expand our user base, which, you know, actually we've been pretty successfully rolling new people in day after day, which is really awesome. I mean, I'm seeing so many white names in Discord all the time now. But yeah, we have like some targets that we're trying to hit in Q4, et cetera, et cetera. But
I mean, listen, if you build it, they will come. I mean,
they're
listen.
coming.
Yeah, oh, yeah, they are coming. I mean, I said I would stop talking about my own shit, but I feel like I'm not gonna run a show if I don't talk about my own
Right.
damn barn sometimes. You know, but yes, I have seen the market shift. I mean, horses that I've even gotten rid of myself, I have like instant regret. I'm like, holy crap, man, maybe maybe I shouldn't have unloaded that. But I mean, for me personally, I was able to add a vinaigrette, horse to the barn. Obviously, we added the Doc Holiday, and then just yesterday.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What's going on with that? I didn't even know. Like you're adding more.
Shout out to OEB. Yeah, man. Listen, McFly has become somewhat of like a cult sex icon out there on the track, and what I realized is I didn't really have a filly to send him to.
McFly.
You know what I mean? So sending an A+ to an S- could potentially yield an S. And if we're talking about, McFly blood into an S- filly coming out an S, we could be talking, pretty nice little racer. Could be a nice little price tag. Could be a nice little breeder. I mean, there's so many things that can go right. And, it was already 1 year old. So I was like, hey, come November, that thing's on the track. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And yeah, bada bing, bada boom. Now we got Rainmaker, the new and improved Rainmaker. So, yeah, again, the point of my rant was, the market sentiment is always, it seems just keep moving up. Like, yeah, you got to sell horses, got to make money, but personally, I've been feeling instant regret. So, I don't know if it's been the smartest move.
Well, I mean, it's hard. It's always hard to call it, but in times of plenty, it always seems like, oh man, I should be amassing as much as I possibly can. When sometimes it's nice to, chop a little bit off, scrape a little bit off the top, put a little bit away.
Yep.
That'll keep you in a good mindset, even though it can be a little bit painful to prune when things are bumping, but it's nice. It's nice.
Well,
overall makes the ups and downs smoother, in my opinion.
Mo doesn't like doing that. He doesn't want to do any pruning.
I do. I understand that, I can't be attached to all my horses, and I get that. And I feel like even now I look at a lot of horses, I'm like, oh, dude, you're such fucking clamor bait. You don't even know it. Like, I've actually been dabbling in the claimers a little bit.
Oh, really now?
Well, dude, it's like I've told you, man. I had a game plan coming in. I was a little behind the 8 ball with the game plan, but then things started turning around. We kind of figured some things out. A lot of my calls on horses and stuff have been pretty damn spot on, so I feel a little more confident, making some moves. But yeah, so anyway, I just now I gotta step it up, man. We gotta moving on up, to the east side, and I've also determined I don't want any part of LDF. I mean, I have an LDS.
You don't want any part of LDF. What
Not really.
Decide that? Yeah.
The price tag of the fillies, because that was gonna be my last splash, if I'm being honest. Like, that was gonna be my last hoorah, and I was like, you know what? To spend all that money, I was like, I'll just go to an S- and then pump McFly into it, and I think everything will be fine. So, shout out to Bryce, by the way, over in chat. We had him on
Saturday,
over the weekend.
Right.
That was awesome for the championships.
Lovely.
Clovis says, been straight fire in the market. So glad he got in when he did. Yeah, you came in pretty damn good time too. I was like, VB drop comp. I'm like, isn't that BE? BE's with us. Yeah, but obviously I'm still a little under the weather.
You're under the weather. When'd you get
I've been sick since the freaking auction, man.
God, I'd say you've been sick for a while.
Wow.
Well, what happened was I got sick. I got a head cold. And then the auction, I woke up the next morning and my throat was like swollen and on fire. So I don't know what the hell happened there. But I couldn't really talk. I haven't been able to talk really since Sunday or Monday. It was pretty bad. But anyway.
Honey and tea, man.
That's what I told him. I'm like, have some honey. That will do it. That will.
Honey and tea.
Yeah, the honey with the tea. I mean, I'm more of a coffee guy.
Yeah. Put honey in your coffee, then, Mo. Honey's the key component.
That's the kicker, right? That's the kicker.
Yeah.
I have a special kind of honey.
Do you?
Oh,
bee pollen. All natural New York bee pollen.
Something like that. But
I see that you
have
you have a horse in this first race, Mo. In round 1, you stuffed Runty in this one. Made it.
You say stuffed. I say trying to catch the preference guys off guard. Yeah.
Trying to get some of that
juice.
How's the juice looking tonight, by the way?
Oh, it's fat, man. The juice is so fat. These are really rolling now, and we have win, play, show pools developing on all of these now. I mean, it's interesting. In case you guys don't know, you place a show bet on a horse, that means that you're saying it could get 1, 2, or 3. Okay. So with these pools now developing, you can start making these calls, these picks. If you think that it's not just knowing what horse you think is going to win for what price you think is appropriate to take the odds. It's also, a top 3 situation. So you can make picks in the place and show pool now with these pools developing a little bit. I'd love to see more of that as people get a little bit more sophisticated in the pari-mutuel. I mean, it's definitely the most straightforward to just throw a winning pick on a horse, obviously, or 1 or 2, maybe 1 to hedge, with odds that make sense, I suppose. But like once you start getting into the place and show, I mean, that's a great way to hedge. That's a great way to cover, especially, depending on how much you're willing to throw in, depending on how the odds are spread out. I mean, with this much juice in the pool, we're getting stacked odds, man. We're getting like 10 to 20x on probably a lot of reasonable horses. These are handicaps, especially the first 4 rounds of the night, handicap races. So, I mean, granted, again, it's only been 1 week since we last did this, and it seems like the amount of starts on some of these is just it's going to be hard to make calls on some of these. But I mean, we might as well. I mean, do you want to try throwing these in the tool, Mo?
Yeah, I've had him in. I've had him in here. I do want to go over some of the updates to MJ's tool as well. I mean, the stuff he's been doing is absolutely insane. Shout out to Rodney Lido over on YouTube, by the way. Another syndicate owner on Drop Zone who did his wire-to-wire magic again today. Obviously, we always try to talk about the syndicates. Yeah, man, Drop Zone just came out and went fucking wild. Runty's a horse, actually. I want my uncle, so I'm sure he'll be watching the race. But yeah, I mean, looking at it here, 5 furlong race. I think I might be the only RDF in here. Yeah, everybody else is LDF and LDS. Thank you, selection committee, for accepting me. But yeah, I mean, miles per hour, I don't really put too much stock into this number here. I do like the average finish percentage, which would put Metallica and Runty, which if you put them together would be actually an old parody band that me and my high school buddies had called Meowtalica. And it was basically all Metallica songs, but cats just meowing, and it was fantastic.
Who did the vocals, man?
You're right.
We all did. Yeah, it was basically like Meowster of Puppets, For Whom the Bell Meows.
For Whom the Bell Meows.
Do you have any of this recorded? Like, I gotta hear it.
No, this was before the days. This is when we actually just got together and had a good time for the sake of getting together and having a good time. It wasn't always about content.
Wasn't always about content, man.
Nowadays,
can't even remember that time.
Dude, I have content brain. I'll be like in the middle, like public with no camera, no stream, no nothing, and I'll just start doing a bit. And my girl will be like, "What the fuck are you doing a bit for?" I'm like, "I don't know," but I'm entertaining myself at this point. So it's,
how's this? Yeah, right. Yeah. I just stopped. How is this benefiting Photo Finish Live? Yeah.
Well, we're always trying to recruit. But yeah, so outside of Meowtalica, Maggie's up here in the average finish. Nope, a star. But again, there's all different ways to. It's the old saying, 100 ways to skin a cat.
100 ways to skin a cat. So I mean, if you're kind of new to using MJ's tool, you can see that Mo is running. Mo's deciding the way that he wants to sort this data. After he highlighted all the horses and dropped them into MJ's tool, he's now sorting them in different ways, trying to get a read with these analytics that the site provides. So how do you have it sorted right now, Mo?
So I'm a closer type of guy. I always like to close the deal. Everything from women to houses. And Runty, my horse, is the closer here. Got a late of 1.8. But it'd be silly not to look at Sapphire. It's also there with a 2.0, but not really a closer. I mean, goes from a 1.0 to a 2.0. She's actually going backwards. Maybe we take a gander at Bonk. Maybe we take an old look-see at
who's the bloodline on Sapphire? Okay, Merida and Scott Street.
Oh, there you go. Got some Scott Street in the blood. Now, Scott Street normally likes to run a little bit longer, if I'm not mistaken. But
this seems like a pretty pumped up S-. It's a breed between an S and an S-. I imagine that the stats are like, I bet they're skewed high. I bet it's a strong S-, given this breed. It's not a guarantee. Just my quick intuition. I mean, of course, you're seeing here. I mean, the benefit of that in this handicap race would be that if it's a beefed up S-, it's going to be getting less weight. It's not running with S weight, which is a significant. I mean, 2 pounds makes a difference when running. So I mean, it is the odds-on favorite here. Sapphire is.
Yeah, how's that been working for you using MJ's tool?
We see a lot of we see success with MJ's tool on After Dark. I mean, it's pretty much like, if not MJ's tool, I mean, we're kind of just looking through here and looking at looking at like placements and race history and parentage, like looking at bloodlines. That's kind of like if I personally, like, because I don't make picks on the site, I don't really use MJ's tool unless I'm just messing around and looking at it. But it's definitely like, if I were to make picks, I would most certainly be using MJ's tool. It's just so good. It's just so useful. It does everything you want. It does everything you want to do, basically.
Exactly. It makes it easier. It
makes it easier. I mean, there's still some things that there's still some things MJ's tool I think doesn't quite cover. I mean, there's so many ways to like try to grab an edge here. And even edges. That's another cool thing about a developing pick pool, is that edges develop. Part of the kind of like the ever churning nature of the parimutuel pool is that the odds will change, and it'll start making it make sense to take a little bit on another horse. Maybe maybe it's a pick, maybe it's a show pool, maybe it's a place pool. But it starts making sense to start taking a look at other horses once the price is right.
Right.
Always a combo of those things. It's like pot up in poker. It's like how much do you want to pay to play?
Right.
How much are you willing to risk for the reward?
Yeah, I mean, listen, the thing, and I do agree with Four Clovers, like 100% to pass looking tool, but all data is, and that is kind of true. However, in the world that we currently live in, and this is no disrespect to Fib and the PFL website, I don't believe those box and whiskers are accurate or even close. Because when I look at those, it tells me one thing about my horse, and when I bring it into MJ's tool, it tells me something completely different. And his tool, if I bring it in with higher class horses with more data, his lines up with more how they run and where they dominate, more so in the PFL. Now, I don't know what FFs it's averaging out or what it's looking at that his isn't, or vice versa. But what he does have is the ability to come in here and, go to every race type. So if I know to shake him up, it's LDS, I can say, okay, you know what? Let me just look at LDS. Let me remove everything else from the equation. And these box and whiskers are so much different than what we get on the official site. So now, again, this is something new he added. He's tweaking it. He's working on it. I know Ian has said they're talking about doing filters there maybe, but just, having the ability to select what data you want to look at in handicap, to me, because the same thing when you get a horse racing book, you give it to 10 different handicappers at a track, and everybody's looking at it differently. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
There might be similar angles, but for the most part. But anyway, what I was going to say about this tool real quick, I know we got the race coming up. What I like about it is that what we can't do on the PFL site is look at, for instance, I know Shake 'em Up loves the turf, even though he's an LDS horse. So if I put LTS, now I can just look at races that I raced him on turf, and there's no dirt times or anything getting skewed in here because I'm removing it. And like I said, we can't get that on the official site. I think that might be something that comes, but this is just kind of like how far MJ's really taken this. See, because now you can see he's actually in the green at 4 furlongs, and he hates the dirt at 4 furlongs. So it's not a distance preference. It's none of that. It's just he likes a sloppy turf, and he happened to be born in LDS. But if you look down here at the fleet figures, look how high he is on the 4. He's so high on the 4 furlongs, and if I put him on dirt, he's like halfway down the thing. Or if we put dirt and turf together, it kind of muds everything, and you don't really get an accurate reading, and everybody might look kind of okay, but you don't really know where they shine. This helped me determine that Cramden's probably one of the best 4 furlong RTS horses around, and it actually helped me with McFly. And we all witnessed it last week. We talked about it before the race. So, yeah, that's MJ's tool. We also have another tool in the works here. I don't really know who's taking credit for a lot of this, but this is the GVG tool. Basically, you take a bunch of PDFs from the breeding, smack them together.
You don't know who built it?
Well, this is the GVG tool.
Is GVG a dev? Does he do dev work, or is he like commissioning this? Do you know?
I don't know. I don't know. He posted it in the. I saw
that. I
Discord.
remember that. Yeah. He posted that. What was that last?
And it's kind of similar to what I do. I can't show you guys because you don't see my screen on Photoshop, but I do that on Photoshop now. I basically assign a pink and a blue, and when I overlap them, I can see the overlap because it turns, purple. So him making that, we can just paste 2 PDF links in is amazing. Excuse me. We also have another.
I was gonna say I can only see your Google homepage on the stream.
Yeah, I just pulled this up.
Okay.
Now this is from Silo. God, I don't know exactly who's behind this, but I know Silo was saying some of his buddies are behind it. It's photofinishedge.com. They're basically working on some stuff with race recommendations. They got an AI race video analyzer coming up. They got a grades tool, just kind of show you, what grades are running in each type of race each season.
Wow, these tools are nuts, man.
Yeah, I think these guys are going more for like a quick overview, color-based grid, type system, which is great. I mean, it's a good, quick look at it, get a good idea. Maybe like value estimator, for instance. So if I want to know what I should have sold Steph's Revenge for, I can put her in, say, okay, so I don't even really know what data this is crunching. It could be all the LTS. It could be based on preferences. I don't know. But it has all the sales in here, I guess, past 10, 15 maybe, and does some sort of estimator. So I guess a median sale price would be $69K, a little over $800, $118K on the high side. So, yeah. What else was in here? Horse population. They also got a marketplace. I think this is the latest one. Ship my brakes. So there you go.
Nice.
Best
what do
race.
You think about the estimator? You think it's good, or?
I haven't really messed around with it too much. Like I said, I just kind of did some back and forth, telling them to take a look at it, and because I mean, again, listen, we got so many different types of people in the community. We got different creative types. So I'm sure people are going to come up with all different ways to take the data and look at it. So this is just another way. So like MJ's tool, mjinformatics.com. I guess I've got the Gap boys with Gap data. I still use them pretty much exclusively every day. Gapdata.racing. Think you guys can see this, yeah. I mean, again, this to me personally, the time rankings on here, unmatched. Because I mean, you can just come in here, type your horse's name in, see where they stand at all different, distances and track types. So again, just kind of another way to understand your horses a little bit better.
Can anyone connect to the API? Like, can anyone have access to that, or how does that work?
Yeah, you can. I mean, you can. It's kind. I mean, you can. You have to know where to look. We don't have like we don't make it like
just out there, right? No, I got you. I understand.
Yeah,
but like, if you, okay. I was just curious.
Yeah, I mean, if you, we recently imposed some restrictions to try to because we were getting like some people were like polling basically like they caused our RPC to crash because they pulled it too often. But yeah, I mean we basically do. I mean, all these tools are just basically scraping our API. People, if you're independently interested in finding the information, you can definitely find it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I can't. I've been trying to code and pull the data and sort it into my own shit for going on a year. Things I find out on a daily basis of how to do it just makes me realize I probably shouldn't even waste my time. I'll just let everybody else do it, and I'll talk to MJ.
I say MJ does a good job, right? Like, just use his.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kick him some money every now and then. Keep him happy.
Mo, we got 2 minutes left on round 2 here, which means the round 1's going to start in 2 minutes. But
shit, that's right. Yeah, for the.
Yeah, you want to throw those in real quick? I'm curious about this one. Each one of these, every one of these pools is so thick now, man. They're all, it's looking like all basically 30K plus derby every night. Wow. So I mean, it's juicy. It's juicy. They're also juicy. You got to get in here.
Yep. Or Clover says Cramden is a monster. Yes, I would agree. Just think I was going to retire his ass because of the schedule. Whew, so glad I didn't.
So round 2, 9 furlong, right dirt, soft condition. Right now, it's looking like Sakaris X Memnon is odds on favorite, 5.6 to 1, basically 5.5 to 1 odds. Good record on that horse. That kind of makes sense. I mean, that's a 6 starts, 5 podiums, 3 wins on that horse. I mean, just that alone is strong. Is it? I mean, this is a right dirt soft. Let me just look at it. Obviously, people have done a little bit of research on this. I'm sure this will check out when I look at the charts, even on our site. I mean, it's got wins at 8 furlongs. It's got a win at 9 furlong. It's looking like it's going to be at least a contender. Now let's see, that horse, that's the 8. I mean, there's still 3K Derby, 1.6K Derby in the place and show pool. Like if you, for instance, if you feel like Sakaris X Memnon is a lock, then you can start looking at, I mean, you could probably feel pretty comfortable. I mean, I would feel comfortable trying to take that juice in place and show, NFA, of course. But I feel pretty confident looking at this horse that it's probably going to be top 3. Maybe not. Nothing's set in stone, but that'd be just like, I feel like that's like a nice little scoop. Personally.
Oh yeah. Oh shit! I tried to add my screen and I don't know what the hell happened. Oh shit! Well, now everything's all messed up. Okay, here we go.
How about Flocon Love? You got Flocon Love. Are we
well, this race has already started, so let's just get rid of this and go back to this because that's why I hate StreamYard. I think next week we'll start going to Video Ninja for every show. So get ready for that because I don't even pull chat up on screen anyway. That stuff's for rookies.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Horses are at the gate. It's post time. Hopefully my audio effects working because they haven't been working.
Sounds good.
Let's kick it off.
And they're off and rolling here. DJ After Dark, race 1. First race I'm calling all week. Alexis shootout to the lead, along with Bonk on the outside, Metallica down there, along with Nova Star. Then comes Pitchfork, Greaser, routes along here in 5th, and God Bless in 6th, as this field is tight. About 8 lengths from front to back as they head to the opening turn. And the only turn here in this 5-furlong affair. Opening quarter in 24 change for Alexis as she continues to try to get away here. Now around the turn, here it goes. Alexis now overtaken by Nova Star. Maggie's also there in full gear along with Metallica and Benson Payne. But Maggie, as they hit the top of the turn, they head for home. It's Maggie. Maggie's up top trying to hold on. Benson Payne is there. From the back comes Runty, but too little too late here for the barn as Maggie is going to set this one home for the ride over Benson Payne, and it looks like Pitchfork Greaser holding on here over Nova Star. And Runty, not sure if 5 places pay out. Really got to stop entering my horses in races, because, man, I don't give a shit about anybody else's horses when my horses are running. I'm sorry. I was talking about this earlier with my boy. Like, if I ever get a horse in the virtual derby, I don't know if I can call that race. Somebody else might have to do it. It will be the worst call ever. All right, I made some money. Thank you. Cool.
There you go. That's what matters, right?
Get my money back. And the crown, that's what we come for. All right, good race. Yeah, again, I don't even know who won because it wasn't my horse. But, yeah, there we go.
Did you break even on that? But you still have your voice on, by the way. Did you break even on this?
Yes, actually. Positive with crown.
Oh, you were? Okay, I didn't see it. Come on.
Yeah, well, you figure it cost me $12.50 in, or even with a full field, or 15. And I still got back. Still got back 10, 15.
Yeah, race. Not bad, right? Not bad at all.
Yeah, close battle. Close battle. Shelby wants to know, where's your hat, babe?
Is she really in here? I didn't have the full screen on.
She's on YouTube.
Right here. Right here. You want me to put the hat on?
She doesn't hang out on Kick.
Yeah, she's not cool enough to hang out on Kick.
Yeah, that end formation, I mean, it seems like at least 3rd was definitely seemingly up for grabs, the way it all happened quickly there. Runty actually, it looks like Runty just barely dropped out of the running at the end. I mean,
yeah,
I think if Runty like wasn't decelerating on that last furlong, could have taken the podium.
I would concur.
But anyway, yeah, it was a nice little finish there. I agree, 4 clovers. Very pretty, very nice. I'm so happy we have the photo finish back in there.
Very nice, very nice.
As it should be, as it must be. But you know, so we got now we're on round 3. I mean, once these start, they go fast, man. That's what I've learned from doing After Dark. Once we start going, we gotta look quickly. I mean, I'm not really looking. I tend not to look at these pools before I hop on, but when we're in the thick of it, I'm always like, man, I wish I looked at them a little longer.
Take a quick look. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see.
I mean, listen, I was hanging out in Doughboys chat the other night. So I didn't jump on the call to races. Obviously, wasn't feeling good, but. I'm like, man, everybody's in his chat talking picks, talking wagers, and this, that, and the other, man. I was like, shit, I could do that. You come in here, it's fucking crickets. Man, people just come here for race calls and random-ass banter. Nobody gives a shit about my picks.
Hey, man.
And
people privately have their own picks. I mean, I didn't even look. I was actually in New Orleans at the beginning of the week, so I didn't catch Doughboy's stream, but it has seemingly been popping off. And if you guys are tuning in here, make sure you tune in on Tuesdays because we got Doughboy kitted out with a brand new card made to his request. And you know, Doughboy is he really is all about the picks. He's good at it, and he will teach you things. So definitely worth it. Of course, you know, you come on Thursdays, like Mo said. You're here to be entertained. You're here to be edutained. While we edutained,
Right.
Yes.
So I said last week, we're leaders in edutainment.
Edutainment, non-financial advice, edutainment.
That's all right, though. Trust me, I see everything, man.
Right, but I mean that doesn't mean just because if there's less hands in the pot, that means there's more juice for you.
That's right.
If you're going to be the one to tune in Thursday and make your call, you're going to be quiet about it. Fine. I hope you're picking them right, though. I hope you're picking them right.
Well, Jack is too quiet. I'm
juice.
just gonna stop fucking streaming. I mean, that's the skinny of it. I mean, you know, that's the bottom dollar, man. Like, if no one's gonna show up and no one's gonna chat about the pigs, I mean, why fucking bother? You know, that's just my 2 cents on it. But trust me, like I said,
we got like 30 viewers.
I was to say that's not bad. Not bad at all.
Yeah, not bad. We've been seeing action. I mean, it's been ticking up. It keeps on ticking up. Viewers steady.
Yeah, well.
Viewers steady.
What's Crown at? What's Crown at right now? I saw you have that come up real quick.
41 cents, I think.
Wow.
That's
crazy.
Oh yeah. Weights on the quick view, I agree. That'd be nice. Weights and maybe like last 3 placements or something.
Nah, it's got to be like a real race card, man. Like, let's get real with it. Let's put the weight and let's put the mom and the dad's name on there. You know what I'm saying? We cut down some digging. You know, just put whoever the hell the parents are and the weight. I mean, that would be ideal. Like, I don't know about last 3 races. If you really want to start learning all that shit, just click on the horse and look at the race. You know.
Don't give them all that alpha. That's for you to keep, right?
I'm just saying, you only get so much. You know what I'm saying? You only get so much room.
No, that's true.
So round 3. It's a long one. 11 furlongs, left turf. Mr. Wendell, I mean, it's the number 1 horse, also the odds-on favorite at about 7-1. Another good record on this horse. 4 podiums, 6 starts, 2 wins. Chaotic, not looking bad. Left turf, soft though, so a little bit off pref. Left turf firm. I mean, that's a LTF, a rare preference profile that's slowly coming into vogue now. People are breeding for this, I guess. People want that real estate, you know, the one archetype that wasn't attended to in Generation 0.
Yeah, I'll be curious to see what happens with LTF.
Mr. Wendell's got 2 wins at 11 furlongs, so this horse seems fairly well suited to this. I would not be surprised to see Mr. Wendell on that podium. Let's see. Soft. I think that might be, well, Madtown technically left her firm, left her soft. I mean, you know, preference obviously not everything. We've definitely seen a lot of off preference horses hit the podium, take the W. So that's kind of just a precursory thing that I look at. And then I'm just trying to check. I mean, all these horses with a ton of stars. I mean, Mr. Wendell does have left turf and firm preferences, but you could probably get that same amount of preference stars with some of these other horses as well. Just looking down the line, you know, some of them have like almost maxed out preferences, and some of these, you know, left turf on weekend valves, left turf, you know, 10, you know, 5, 6 total stars on exterior to Uranus, 5 on Oakland Tide Song. Check out Oakland.
Yeah, man.
I mean, Oakland's got a W at 10, but missed podiums at 10, 11, and 12. But it looks like 9, 10 seems to be where this horse likes to run, although it hasn't been tried. I don't know. That's maybe like a long shot. But actually, the odds are pretty good on that one. People are actually taking that. So. Let's see.
Hell yeah.
I'm just gonna
over here.
Need some more tea and honey. I'm just looking at MJ's. I'm like running through this, putting the stuff in. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, MJ's tool. I mean, who do you guys have? Marketplace is dry. 2S- is claimed this week, but you put them in the claimers, man. So did you want them claimed? It's all part of the plan. Sounds like it. Oh, I think Rob is firing off. Let's hop in.
Yes, it is.
Let's go. Let's go.
Try it this way. God, I hate StreamYard.
You say that, yet you still use it. Next week, just get rid of it.
Yeah, because when I do everything else, everyone complains. Oh, you can't fucking join. And they're off. Percy's F Machina runs out to the lead along with Jump for Joy. Emma there for third. Bald Betty behind the Lamb in fourth. And Mooncake in fifth with Bridget B in sixth as they head out onto the main track. Past the wire for the first time in this 9-furlong affair. Out in front as they cross the wire for the first time, everybody wave to your current leader. That's Lunatic Jeans runner Percy's F Machina. Jump for Joy now joins them on the outside. Bridget B there in third. Sakaris X Medman now moves all the way up into third for themselves along with Bridget B. Finds some room and Jump for Joy is going to shoot out to the lead as Percy's F Machina slides all the way back. Around the turn they go now. It's Jump for Joy joined by Bridget, who now yoinks over the lead from down at the rail. But quickly on the outside, here comes Sakaris X Medman. But now they have over the lead over Bridget B, who's going to relegate down at the rail and just sit pretty in second. Hopefully not too far and lose me more of my money. But back to the top, it's Sakaris X Medman who's going to show the way. Origin Story now pulls up into second. Emma there, Flocon Love even, and Bridget B now in fifth. And Percy's F Machina rounds out your leaderboard here, 3/4 and 1/16. Everybody in chat, relax. Everybody talk at once. Here we go into the far turn. 3/4 now. But Sakaris X Machina is joined quickly. Oh boy, right up the board as Sakaris goes right by. Flocon Loves join him there. Origin Story, Emma and Bridget B with one final surge as Sakaris hits the top. Flocon Love's going to make a move here and go on the outside and go right on by. Now it's Flocon Love. Flocon Love's going to show the way with Sakaris going to call the day. Emma might show up to third, good for her, as Flocon Love's going to win this one over Sakaris and Emma.
Nice.
Hey, great call.
Very nice, very nice.
All right.
Yeah, see, I mean, that would have just been a nice little scrape. You take that place or show pool, you know, for that horse. That horse like just seemed so suited for this race. That's just the easiest thing, to just drop a little bit of liquid in there and scoop the rest of that juice. I mean, the way that we're juicing these races, we're just indiscriminately throwing Derby on every horse. So that's just if you feel like you got a lock, that's a no-brainer.
Yep. Well, only no-brainer for me is racing and buying Crown, because wagering and making picks ain't it, my friend. Yeah, so anyway, scan that code down there if you want to keep this show going, because I won't be able to afford this for too many more weeks. But yeah, thankfully Crown stimmies are good here on Photo Finish. But anyway, race 3 coming up here in 5 minutes. Pick window open on race 4. Anybody in chat is awake and would like to contribute who they like, let's talk about it. Who do you guys like?
Are you in any more races, or was that it?
I'm not in any, no.
Okay, so round 4 is open, and it looks like it's untouched. I don't think I see any picks on round 4. Is that true? No, I just needed to refresh it. Never mind, I'm wrong. No, it built up. Great. Okay, good. I wonder when I pulled that up. Was that maybe I pulled that up like earlier in the day? I mean, let's see. Super tight grade spread. I mean, there's nothing lower than A-, nothing higher than A+. Do people feel like they have some kind of grade lock on our handicap system? I don't think that's. I feel like we've seen all sorts of horses take it. These handicaps are designed to kind of even the playing field.
Well, I think to a certain extent it works. I think S's are 10%. I never put my S in a handicap ever again. But yeah, I think S minuses, A pluses, A's typically do pretty good.
Yeah, we just saw B plus take it, I believe.
Yeah, early on, I remember when I looked at the gap data, B plus I think was the highest in handicaps. I feel like that data's changed. What the hell
Pull it up. Honestly, yeah.
What the hell is on? Oh, here it is. Open handicap charts. So you got entries in here.
Yeah, the problem is you guys start if you want to help your own odds. You guys need to start playing mind games with each other in the chat. And just start calling out horses that you want people to throw liquidity on you and take their lunch money. Becomes a predatory exercise. Everybody's playing mind games.
Yeah, then we just get a bunch of smoke and mirrors in chat. So I guess that's not really fun either. But anyway, yeah, so this shows you number of entries. Percentage-wise, it looks like
is that
total number of entries is...
Okay. So this is total number. This is for handicaps.
For handicaps only, yeah. So you can do current season only, last 2 seasons, 3-year-old plus, 2-year-olds only. But
I would like to see... You know what I'd like to see? Because I always feel like I'm seeing this skew, which is like, okay, I see like there's a lot of entries, there's a lot of wins. I want to see like a weighted win percentage, because like it's just a population skew. Like this information is basically telling me like there's just a lot of A horses. If there's like 6 A horses, that A plus horses that enter into...
No, we're just telling you based on the amount of the percentage of the horses that are winning it.
It's the overall win percent and the percent of entry. Yeah, so it's like the number of entries and then the percentage that's winning based on the entries. So it's like you're gonna get like it looks like a bell curve because it's a population. It is the population bell curve, like the actual because they're just, you can only get that amount of percentage.
Yeah. Yeah, because I mean, yeah, the bees. You know, we don't really have that many bees.
I'd like to kind of see some sort of like weighting. So it's like that would give you like a more interesting sort of like at least to me.
Yeah, because you can even see bees were higher for like 3-year-olds plus, because that's bringing in all the Gen 0.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And you can see how the B plus actually starts to get pretty damn big with the A minus, because back then that's when we pretty much had was like the A plus like was more like the higher echelon there.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But now everybody bred up all the A pluses and A's to S minuses. So that's why now you're starting to see, you know, S minuses here, 11%. Oh, no, sorry. 26% win rate for S minuses. 29 for A plus. 23 for A's. And like A minuses used to be really strong, and nowadays like not so much in handicaps. Not according to this anyway. But
got 5 seconds, 4 seconds for the race. You're gonna cover.
Yep.
Whoop, whoop. Round 3. Let's see. I like weekend valves as a sleeper. I don't know. We'll see.
And they're off. Oh shit, this is race 2. I already fucking watched this race. Oh god. Production, you're fucking fired. Bryce.
Oh
no.
no.
Download this.
It's freaking StreamYard. Just blame it on them. There you go.
It is, because I shouldn't have to fucking download the race and do it. Or Photo Finish can give us a volume meter or a slider. That would fix it too.
That would be very nice.
And they're off this time in the actual race. Chaotic's gonna shoot out, then comes Kelsey's girlfriend. Weekend Valves is there. Ideally out of Weekend Moderator, hopefully. Or someone stealing the family name. Adeline there in 4th. Mr. Wendell got out in 5th, and Oakland Tide Song in 6th. As they head to the opening turn, this 11 furlong, left turning affair on the turf. Track is fast here on Thursday night. I'm pretty sure it's Thursday, who the hell knows anymore. But as we make our way back, it's Chaotic who shows the way here by 2.5 over Liquidity. Mr. Wendell still trots along here down at the rail. Might have clipped the rail there and starts falling to the back of the pack now. In danger of off the board, but not in danger of falling off the board up top is still Chaotic there with Madtown now joined once again by Weekend Valves. Exterior to Uranus. Sounds painful, but looking pretty out here on the track as he moves all the way up in the 2nd. Now trying to challenge the lead over Madtown. Madtown still continues to show the way here, half mile and 51 and change, but that lead has shrunk now to 2 lengths as Chaotic and Mr. Wendell has vaulted down at the rail here to join the leader and now take it over. It's Chaotic up top and Mr. Wendell tucked in side by side. Kelsey's girlfriend's down there in 3rd. Madtown starts to fall back even further. Exterior to Uranus. Now once again here up to 4th, trying to catch the leaders 3/4 down the backstretch in 1:17. Thing can happen. Stay tuned here as the top 3 try to make their way down off into the sunset. Right now, though, it's Mr. Wendell, 3 pounds on his back. There's Come and Get Me Suckers. Kelsey's girlfriend still there now, right off the tail. Chaotic backtracking, going the wrong way, but Madtown going the right way. Along with Exterior to Uranus, into the far turn they go. And this is what you come for. Mr. Wendell, Kelsey's girlfriend, Exterior to Uranus. Anybody can take it here. Now joined quickly by Oakland Tide Song, as Oakland Tide Song has their eyes set on the prize. As they hit the top of the turn in for home, though, Mr. Wendell tries to hold on. Mr. Wendell, though, is quickly overtaken by Kelsey's girlfriend and Exterior Uranus. It's Exterior Uranus down the center of the track, but Kelsey's girlfriend is too strong. One day she's cheering for the Chiefs, next thing she's winning races, but for today it's going to be Kelsey's girlfriend over Exterior Uranus and Oakland Tide Song.
Wow. I'm so surprised Mr. Wendell didn't make the podium. Wow. Such a good dominant race for so long, and then just that furlong was just went on a little bit long.
Yep, that's how it goes sometimes.
Sometimes.
Feels like forever. Yeah, congrats to the winners.
All right, now we are we're into the picks for the claimers now. Claimers, no wait. So you don't have to make that. I mean, the evening out of the playing field is not even. It is what it is. Having said that, it looks like, I mean, the top end of the odds is 16-1. And the bottom end at the odds-on favorite out of Ballowhand Stables is Supreme at 3-1. And 3-1 odds, is that really so bad? Is it really so bad to grab 3-1 odds? I don't think so. But
no, not in my book. I'll take 3-1.
No way. Khal Drogo, that seems like a familiar horse name, but we're starting to see, I mean, we're still seeing these Gen Zeros. I mean, those were all juvenile races. These are open to 3+, and obviously that's spanning now 3, 4, and 8-year-olds. So I mean, I just kind of want to look down the line. You want to throw them in the tool, Mo?
Yeah, I could bring them up.
Are you starting to see more injuries now? As they're getting older, or not really?
I mean, I think Gen Zeros don't get injured. But I think and it depends, because you have the option to race these horses inside of a risky window.
24-hour, yeah.
Yeah. So
which is 24 hours, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So Amadon.
Well, you got to go out of your way though to put a horse in to get injured though, because it won't even show you 20 hours away. If you just race, it'll only show you like a non-injury version.
Yeah, you have to really be desperate to get into a race. You have to be looking at the race itself, right?
Yeah, you got to be on the actual race page, not using recommended races. Because actually, recommended races actually started working again.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know if it was after those first couple of days were just bugged or what, but
we had to put in some fixes, yeah.
Yeah, because recommended races, man, like now I'm like, damn, I actually got places to race. I don't have to go back to the other page and set up a whole other set of filters, and that's nice. But yeah, so we want to look at claimant race here.
I mean, Supreme does look so good to take this. I'm going to take a look at Trigger also.
What up, Octane? Good to see you, man.
What's up, Troy? In the chat. What's popping, man? Yeah, Trigger. The thing about Trigger is that doesn't have wins at those low furlong, those sprints. You start to see W's on this horse at 7. It is a 6 furlong race. I mean, it doesn't mean that I can't hit that, but I mean that's the only other. Besides, I guess. Okay, so Amadon. Let's check this one out. That's the one that Chad is saying that they like. Yeah, win at 6. And what are the odds on this horse? The odds are pretty good. You could definitely do half the risk for pretty much double the reward on that horse, and I wouldn't blame you. How about Kaus?
Shout out to Nano, by the way, over on YouTube. What up, man?
Yep.
Still not 100%,
Kaus doesn't look that bad either.
Show must go on.
Yes. I don't know. Kaus doesn't look bad to me either. And Kaus has even better odds. So that would be. I mean, I would take. Oh, these don't have place in show. I guess I didn't hit the threshold. But I mean, I would basically throw if I could pick, and this is NFA, I would throw. Roughly 25% of my pick funds on Kaus, and then I'd throw 50% on Amadon, and then I'd throw another 25 on Supreme, just to hedge it. That's how I play it. Not financial advice. You play it how you want. You at home. You
do you.
Yeah, you at your screen. The viewer. You, the viewer.
By the way, Mo,
we do appreciate
seconds.
You. Yeah, we appreciate you tuning in. We appreciate Mo for putting it on for us. You know, he's not feeling that great, but he's still doing it anyway.
He's still there. He's
a trooper. It's a beautiful thing, and you know.
That's right.
25 seconds or 22 seconds.
I'm just here so people don't forget about me and still continue to give me announcer discuss.
Mo wants you to know that he is our resident announcer. He is our race caller. He's here.
It'll change one day. Somebody else will come along.
He's here, and he would like for you to hit the QR code at the bottom left of the screen, and please support the man. Mo, are you you're getting fat off these crown stimmies. You're gonna give it all up. You're just gonna be a race magnate. You're just gonna recede into the shadows.
Yeah, you're not wrong. Less of a headache.
Well, for now,
all right, here we go.
We enjoy a race call with Mo.
That's right. Online. And they're off and racing here. And race 4, Honeysuckle's going to shoot out. Then comes Tremor. White Guava's there in 3rd. Followed by Mr. Sexy, runs in front of Vogue. And Miss Ginger. Miss Ginger there in 6th, carrying 4 pounds. Rounding out the leaderboard As this field is tight, heading into the opening turn, there's 5 furlong, right turning affair on the turf. Track is yielding for Mr. Sexy. Mr. Sexy, too sexy for his trot, too sexy for his trot. Oh yeah, around the far turn we go. Mr. Sexy now joined quickly by Bruce. Here goes Bruce right on by. And is Bruce now pokes a nose in front. But on the extreme outside, it's Saturn the 6th. Saturn the 6th now is up there trying to challenge the leader. But Bruce is too strong. And Bruce is going to hold steady here over White Guava. And it's going to be all Bruce over White Guava and Saturn the 6th.
Bruce.
Light him up, Brucey.
Nice one.
Fantastic. Good race. Congratulations to the winners.
Wait, so that was round 4, right? Or was that?
Yeah, it's round 4.
Yes, that was round 4, yeah.
Okay.
Claimer's up next.
So the claimers are okay. So the 200K is open. And I'm looking at this 7 furlongs, right turf, good. I mean, who you got, Mo?
Sheesh, it's a tight one. Oh shit, that's right. I was gonna join this race.
Do it.
Oh man, that was too late.
I know. Yeah, look at the crown on this.
I race against Valjean.
Yeah, wow.
Quite a bit. I like Valjean. I would imagine.
You are seeing a lot of high grade horses in this one. I like it. It's not filled with a bunch of A pluses and B minuses and stuff. I mean, damn. I mean, B's rather.
Yeah, it's all S except for 1A plus.
Good. I mean, I'd like to see. I guess it's kind of looking. It's almost looking appropriate actually to the spread here. I mean, I guess like. I swear to God, I still haven't seen anybody actually claim a horse in these high stakes claimers. Maybe I missed it, but originally one of the reasons that when we created the programming for After Dark that we put in these super high stakes claimers, even though they're only once a week at each price point, although they do rotate the archetype, is because I wanted to see some big.
Oh no, Fib went mute again.
Oh yeah, we lost him.
Every time he hits his desk.
Oh, he's like you.
He's
like me. You slammed your desk.
We got you. We got you.
That's for me to do. I slam desks.
What makes you slam your desk, man?
Oh, NFTs, VV, losing snipes. I do it all the time.
Yeah, he's like a market sniper.
Oh, market sniper. Do you do tool assisted market sniping? You do it raw.
No, I do it raw. Like
you
gotta raw dog it on VV. Yeah,
you gotta raw dog it. Yeah, no bots or anything. You have to be quick, and yeah, I'm not quick enough, so I slam the desk.
Nice. Hey man, I know that feeling. The only time I've known that feeling was in the NFT rush of like 2021.
Yes. Oh yeah.
The good old days.
Yeah, the good old days.
Back when grass was grass.
Yeah.
Now I don't even go touch it. Yeah, it's touching on the allowance. I mean, the claimers. I don't know, man. It's a weird situation, right? Because first of all, we're on After Dark. Who doesn't want to have their, horses called by me? That's first and foremost. But the price point's always gonna lead, like whatever the highest price point is just gonna be this type of stuff. Until May, you know what I'm saying? Until crowns to me stop, I think that's when we'll get like an accurate reading of claimers and all these other races. That's,
We actually
again, I'm not saying it's bad.
We actually have some plans with claimers that I think we're really trying to encourage people to use claiming races as we kind of intended them to be used, rather than like to farm crown. Obviously, it's not an exploit. We're not, you're not violating anything to throw a low grade in here. I mean,
nobody's exploiting. But
I don't know.
The bottom line is that you can make
see
money.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
I got my ass kicked today all day and made a couple $100 racing. Like,
yes.
you know what I'm saying? Like, that ain't gonna happen in May, right? So, But I'm saying right now, I think it's just hard to get an accurate reading. And again, it ain't nobody's fault. Nothing has to be changed or fixed. We just have to enjoy the ride, enjoy what we're doing,
well,
have a good time.
We actually do want to. We actually do want to make. It'll tie into something that we're messing around with for season 9, and maybe you're hearing it here first. I can't remember if I said this last time, but we're messing around with basically changing the coefficient on crown gifts past a certain entry fee price, so that we can make way higher entry fees for people that care to take them, including making higher like claimer price point races. So beyond, up to 200K, maybe 250K, but we're not going to be draining the crown stimmies on the rest of the schedule, because basically right now, if we entered in a bunch of high entry fee races all throughout the schedule, it would just drag all of the crown up into those and away from it. So basically keeping the crown tied level.
Right, so keep everything else as is, but max out, let's say 200K, and if there's a 300K claimer, then it's still going to be whatever a 200K claimer would be.
Who you'd see in those races at that point would be people, because it wouldn't be about the crown. It would be, granted, the Derby purse, it would be, because then it would be motivated by like, well, I think I can win this, or I'm willing to risk the horse. That's how it should be.
Or I'm willing to expose my horse.
Yes, yeah.
I was just saying, but like I said, you know me, we've talked about this. I don't blow smoke up your ass. I haven't. I never will. Claiming games have not been for me since day one. I told you they will be. They're starting to be now.
You're dabbling.
But I had to build my bloodlines. I had to get everything in place to where it needs to be. And now I can start to say, okay, that's kind of like Ronco, set it, forget it. Now I just kind of go into the claiming game. I kind of dive in there, right, and see what that's all about. But I think what you just said is perfect. That's exactly how you fix it. Because there's so many people out there saying, oh, I'm not really farming crown. I think my horse is worth that much. Yeah?
Yeah.
Prove it.
Right.
Prove it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, I wouldn't even care if you maxed it. I wouldn't even care if you maxed it at 100K on the claimers and said, you know what, 100K claimer max, anything higher than that, you guys are out of your freaking minds. Because if you think some of these A's and A pluses are selling for $1,250, $1,400 USD, no shot. No shot.
Yeah, we're maxing. Yeah, we're maxing like. It's not going to be a max per se. It's like something that I believe that Richie's going to be working on scaling. That's the current implementation, which we're kind of just messing around with, which is like, it would be like, like maybe it would start at 100K claiming, and then you would scale down the crown gifts. Another thing, I was talking with, I think Stens in PFJC chat maybe last week, and he mentioned bringing the number of entrants down. Also,
yes, he started talking about that on the show too. It's a good idea.
Yeah, that's
only on claimers, maybe.
Yeah, on claimers. Yeah, I think it's reasonable.
Like 10 horse claiming fields.
Okay, 10. Okay.
Yeah. So
yeah,
like a couple of tweaks, and I think we could get claimers working more as intended. But yeah.
Yeah, it's just crazy.
I just want to see somebody. And I'm seeing these S's. I'm seeing these S's in this race. Can anybody in chat tell me, is a low grade S or is a lower end S horse worth 200K Derby? Is that how that works?
Yeah.
By the way,
the market is moving so fast now. I'm not even keeping up with it right now.
The market is moving fast. Yeah.
About 15 seconds.
20 seconds. Yeah. Pulled up over here on old StreamYard.
It's your favorite.
So clunky. Look, it's like overlapping my fucking border. It's just so triggering.
Oh, it is triggering you. That's triggering me, and nothing does that.
It should. It should trigger everybody, because StreamYard's a bunch of dummies. Can't crop a freaking box. All right.
There's S's in the 175K. Let's go.
All right, here we go. Horses are at the gate. I'm gonna rip the town. There we go. Nice little ball point. And they're off here in Max Pit after dark. Quick move for Trigger out of the gate. Then comes Tony Burrito. Old Joe there for third. Cause running out in fourth, followed by Supreme and Devil. It's going to round out the leaderboard as this field heads around the opening turn in the 6 furlong. Left turning affair on the turf. Track is sloppy and racing is good here on After Dark. Thanks again to BE and Fib for joining me today and saving my voice, although I feel like I still haven't shut the fuck up. But then again, I always have things to complain about every Thursday. Opening quarter in 24 and change, around the far turn they go. But Trigger out here having the ride of his life. Quickly now, joined on the inside. Here comes Cost, found some room now and makes it a half-length lead. Down by Trigger. Supreme's there off the top of the rail in full motion, but Cost now takes over the lead from down low. Trigger's there, tries to hang on loosely, but Supreme with one final attack here past the 8th pole, and Cost has been dethroned as Supreme now takes over. It's going to be Supreme to the wire. It's going to be Supreme with a clean ride over Cost and Cal Drogo.
Nice.
It's an interesting spread on that finale there. Interesting. I mean, I did not expect Cal Drogo to take third there.
Yeah, that was interesting little stretch run.
Yeah, it seems like Trotton played the chalk there. Nice.
Yeah, a little 2 to 1 on the money. Yeah, there you go.
Hey, you see a lock, man? I don't know. That's the beauty of the juice. It's
true. The juice is loose.
The juice is loose, and the juice makes a solid chalk bet pretty nice, pretty worth. Very cool.
Oh shit. 4 Clovers, thank you for the gift of sub to Trotton. Much appreciated. Trotton, you got some pretty cool emotes.
You still got your voice
I may seem like I don't give a fuck half the time, but I made some emotes. Oh shit. I have an emote for that, but people tell me they didn't turn that shit on.
There you go.
Mono's Derby. Derby. Oh, I'm exceeded the rate limit.
Right. And you're a mod, still exceeding rate limit.
I know. Not above the law.
That's because Kick's so fucking poor they can't even afford it. They gotta save their servers.
Hey man, we like Kick. We like and respect Kick.
No, we love Kick.
Yeah, it's better than Twitch, I think.
Oh, I know. So. I'm telling you, man. Listen, you got to get the core guys that go from Discord and from Twitter. They're going to go no matter where any of us stream. Like, I get that. I understand that. The data that I always use is when me and Vault streamed on YouTube. I streamed on Twitch. I've streamed on Twitch. I've seen other people stream on Twitch. I've never seen a new player come in the game just randomly, you know what I'm saying, off the street. And be like, oh, a horse racing game? What's this? It's happened like 3 times on Kick now. You know what I'm saying?
Why do you think it happens on Kick and not YouTube?
Because
you would think it would happen on YouTube.
No, because on YouTube, you're not allowed to stream slots. You're not allowed to stream gambling. You're not allowed to stream any of that crap. Twitch, you're allowed to stream minimal of it. But when it comes to degenerate horse racing shit, it's the best clientele is going to be at Kick, man. I mean, listen, nobody plays the real horses and they're like, oh, I'm not a degenerate. Nobody. It's not how horse racing works. It's not how gambling works. You can tell
maybe
people
there's
play
just
the
better discoverability. Yeah, it would be cool if there was a horse race. There was a horse racing subcategory for Kick.
Well, I keep begging. That's why I ask you guys to reach out to like Eddie or the Kick account themselves, because you guys are like at least official shit. They might, be like, oh, well, these are the guys of the game. We'll add a category called photo finish or horse racing. But they look at me, they're like, this freaking guy with 1,100 followers. Nobody gives a shit.
4 Clovers wants to buy a real horse. That's amazing, man. I wish you all the luck in that.
Too much upkeep. Too much upkeep.
Yeah, that would be a lot.
Hey man, if you love the ponies,
Although Ian mentioned that, man, he said about like 10 seasons out. Talk about like horse maintenance fees and stuff later on down the road. I'm like, oh, that's gonna be so horrible. But I think that's because he wants us to burn horses. They were talking about burning horses with the.
Yes, he did.
Doughboy?
Yeah, he did discuss. Yeah, he sort of let loose a thought process, like sort of like a system that he had in mind for it, which was basically that there would be, I believe, it'd be basically like upkeep fees or burning the horse to, I think, like get like some splash of like what was it, like a pro rata rebate on the upkeep fees or something if you get rid of the horse. I forgot exactly how he phrased it, but it was sort of that's how it was. That's how he organized it. This is something that is not.
Oh yeah, this was just all.
It's not solid. This is it's like
it was just a thought.
Share the thought process with you guys.
Well, I was instantly reminded, since we're sharing thoughts, I was instantly reminded, I think, of the first discussion I had with you guys, where it was like as real as it gets without like the horse fees and the upkeep fees. So like to hear that those would even be potentially thrown in down the road would be just annoying. But I would understand maybe the force burning, but maybe do it a different way. But it is going to be crazy.
And what's the advantage of the system?
The advantage of the system is that it would be a deflationary force on the overall horse population potentially. Okay. Which maintains or increases the value of horses with enough demand.
It could be like if the horse hasn't raced in 30 days, now he accrues like a fee of some sort. You know what I'm saying? Like starting that 30-day. You know what I'm saying? This way you can't just keep like 100 horses around, sitting around, trying to keep the market cluttered. But if you're actually actively racing your horses, and get started nailed with, extra fees and everything when they weren't there to begin with, again, it just seems a little weird to me. But, I mean, again, if you have just like 1,000 horses sitting on the market and you want to get rid of that, okay, after 30 days, impose some sort of like hoarder fee or some shit.
A hoarder fee. Nice.
Yeah.
By the way, can you, is Photo Finish Live good all over? I think I've asked you this, Mo, like in the world, like in Asia, or what is the rules on that? Is it per country? Is that how it works? Or you guys have
what do you mean?
Like, can you bet if you're in an Asian country? If you're
so we make picks. We make picks. We don't bet. We make picks.
I'm sorry, picks. Wagering and picks.
Yes.
And stuff like that. Sorry.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean it's a country by country thing. We have some places have it allowed. Some places are ambiguous. And we're trying to operate within guidelines strictly because we do want to scale and we do want to pursue partnerships even in countries where there's special agreements that you need to make and like sort of like hoops you have to jump through to.
Sure.
Yeah, which is in various regions like Australia for instance, or the UK, playing by their rules would actually open us up to a larger and sustainable market. So yeah, you can kind of get a feel for it
sure.
Yeah, on the website. But yeah, I mean, just talk to community members. They'll give you the rundown if you're trying to.
Okay.
Yeah, there's always a map that's always convenient to find when I don't need it. I'm pretty sure I had it bookmarked. I reset all my bookmarks recently, so go me. But yeah, there's a map here somewhere. David always posts it in Discord.
I want to highlight two things quickly. So Trot-On turned 3K into 9.5K Derby last race. So that's a huge W. Congrats. That's beautiful. How it works. If you're here, you're doing your homework, you're putting in the time. There's just so much juice to grab. Like just do it. Just grab the juice. That's just plenty. That's an entry fee for a race on top of something. You're maybe thinking like, oh, I don't want to enter that race. It's too high stakes. No, now you have an extra, almost 10K Derby to hop in whatever race. You could throw your horse in a 200K claimer, with those winnings and grab that crown. That's how it works, ladies and gentlemen. And then another thing. So Four Clovers just said, I'm in a southern state and I don't inbreed. He was hurt by Ian's post. This is a little joke that we have, okay, in the company. I just want to say I live in North Carolina. That's technically the South. I'm not inbreeding either, my friend, but it's just a little joke. Don't be hurt by it. Don't be hurt by it.
Yeah, I don't think anybody's
We don't
hurt.
mean it. We don't mean it. We actually make fun of one of our dev team members is from West Virginia, and we give him shit about inbreeding the most. And West Virginia's not even in the South, so we throw it to everybody, you know.
Everyone, I'm in Missouri. They do crazy stuff there too. So
That's right. They do crazy stuff on the track as well. And we got the nightcap here coming up, so I can go rest my voice and go to sleep. Heartbreak Prince, though, is going to shoot out to the lead here, tries to take it over. Break of 2 quickly, that's Artemis on Jupiter. Then it's all the horses I don't know the name of, because for the first time in a long time, I did not make it through the opening card. But it actually looks like they're quicker nowadays, which I appreciate. The development team taking care of that. For Dirty Shirley now, who leads the way over Artemis on Jupiter. Used to be like 12 seconds, if I remember correctly, of showing the stable. But now it's Crazy Horse in third, and it's Heartbreak Prince. Trots along here in fourth in front of King of Generosity and Plain Jane. They'll make it Mundo Star. Wants their name called here in a nightcap finale. Half mile and 48 change for Artemis on Jupiter, trying to lead this field home. Artemis on Jupiter there, holding on for dear life now by half a length as Heartbreak Prince breathes down her throat there on the rail. Dirty Shirley now trucks along here in third, followed by Mundo Star, who's starting to get rolling. But Artemis on Jupiter now says, come and catch me if you can. Artemis on Jupiter continues to open up with every stride, but Mundo Star now has found another gear, looked into the draw, got a Snickers bar, and you always feel better after a Snickers. Down the center of the track, takes over the lead here past the 8th pole, and it's gonna be Mundo Star with a perfectly timed ride over Artemis on Jupiter and Heartbreak Prince.
Nice, nice, nice. W.
Always got to be careful, man, when they pull that McFly down the stretch.
You gotta watch out, man. You gotta watch out. Yeah, just last week we watched Mo. We watched Mo with the most glorious finish to any After Dark that I've ever seen.
It's a true story. Legendary.
This is also another one. We're watching Troton just print Derby over here. So congrats to Troton in the chat. You too can be like Troton if you figure out how to make picks in our game. It's wide open. You know, there's just juice everywhere. We're just throwing. We are really throwing so much juice around these days. If you're not out there trying to scoop that, you're nuts. You're crazy. Crazy.
That is true. And you know, it's funny because, I mean, again, I'm sitting here and I tell BE all the time, I'm like, oh, man. I'm like, y'all dropped the ball not coming in, you know, 6 months ago, 8 months ago, right? Like, so me and BE, we bought Joyride, which is the horse I owned with Vault through the other syndicate. And, you know, he wanted no part of the game. And I was like, well, screw it. If BE wants to get involved. So we brought her over to our barn, or my barn. So me and him have joint ownership. We just got a sick filly out of her.
I know, that was awesome. And
I'm sitting here going, man, like, why would I waste my money, you know, making picks? But then I look at Troton and I'm like, dude, like, this guy's making a killing. So it just goes to show you, man, like, you want to be a breeder, owner like me and race all day, you'll make money. You want to make picks after dark, hang out with Troton, you'll make money. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's just so many different ways. You just want to put money into a track and watch everybody else race, and you collect the residual income. You know, bam. Like Fib said, I mean, the staking revenue coming back right now is absurd. It's absurd.
It's coming back heavy this season already. It's crazy. Yeah, or do it all. That's exactly right, Charlie. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I mean, damn, if I could play the game, if I was like here with my nose in the books all day, like I would definitely be making some picks. I would know these horses at this point, and I'd be making picks. Like, there's so much juice flying around, so much juice, and it's not just about who you think is going to win. It's also, you know, who everybody else thinks is going to win. Your PvP picking.
Right. Well, it's PvP wagering, which is again why people in chat, and I fuck around with people, but I understand why people don't come here and say their picks and all this, and you know, trust me, I get it. It is PvP wagering. You're not putting picks against Churchill Downs like when you go to an OTB. So, you know, it is a little bit different. I understand why people are more protective. But the one thing I will say to your credit, and the team's credit, really, now when I see random picks or random pots that you guys splash throughout the day, it definitely does pique the interest of even someone like me who doesn't like to make picks. Even I'm like, oh, can I find value here? Can I find someone that people are sleeping on? Like, listen, while I'm doing the stream, honestly, I barely pay attention. I put money on Runty tonight. I put money on another horse who I just played based on the name. I don't really. I'm not gonna sit here and do research, and I can't. I can't manage it all. It's just not possible.
It's hard.
So
it is hard, man. Once we get going, we basically get like we have like 5 minutes to look through like the very rich, a very rich and complex, horse racing game, and try to pick a winner. I mean, I feel like some of these looked like really nice little scoops. Like I think you could have definitely played like the place and show bets on some of the I think like round 2 and round 3. Like there were definitely some what I thought were locks for at least the top 3, and they ended up hitting podium. That's just a quick thing, like it's like you go through and it's just this juice just up for grabs. I keep saying it, but it's like this juice up for grabs. You go through these races, you see a horse that's just like, oh shit, that horse is so strong. That horse is podiuming time after time. Say it's a handicap, say it's a stakes race, even like whatever it is. It's like you think that horse is a lock for the pool, and it's like, just why not just, I don't know, why not just drop like 100 derby on it and like get a little hand in the pot? I would.
Yeah,
personally.
You're not wrong.
If you like it, I mean, just like graze, like even just grazing it and being like, that's nice, drop 100. If you do that well enough, you're definitely coming away. I mean, it's just like this is all up for grabs. And like Mo said, if you guys have been paying attention, I mean, we could definitely be better about aggregate. And actually, it's something that I have an initiative for next week. Come to think of it, but aggregating all of like the times and places that we are dropping these big fatty pick pool extravaganzas, through the week. And it's happening every day now, not just after dark, not just on big race Saturdays or whatever we're calling that. I think it's big race Saturdays now. It's also happening just every day on these big stakes races that we've created. So it's like, just give it, like you said, Mo, just like looking at those, it's tempting. I mean, I hope it's tempting. It should be tempting, especially the players, you guys playing, sitting here. It's like, this game. It's like, for the same reasons that you can put your horse in a race, you could probably extend your knowledge a little bit and think about who you think is really going to take it, right? Like once you see the field, like it's definitely like it's definitely a muscle that you're working a little bit. So I don't know. I'd encourage anybody to give it a shot. Just don't do too much. Whatever you're comfortable with. Don't
I just
lose
think
yourself
coming
in
in,
it, maybe. But like,
yeah, I just personally think coming into the game, the wagering is the last part you should be touching, because, poor Clover's like, yeah, if you're getting in now, make picks to buy a horse. I don't really think that's possible. I don't think that actually would pan out, because if BE, who doesn't know too much about the actual horse and the ecosystem, if he just comes in and starts making picks day one, he's gonna be broke as hell by the end of the week. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But the way he comes in, buys the filly with me, splits the horses with me, we pump him out, he makes a couple $100, a couple $1,000, and now he starts throwing in little picks as he's watching other races. To me, that's why I always felt like wagering is kind of like the icing on the cake with this whole thing. Now, again, if it's in a casino, if it's on like a show floor somewhere, yes, it could be used to get someone's attention to the project, sure. But I think just stumbling across the project, I think wagering, you're going to be like, I don't know if you'd be coming out too profitable. Because again, you buy a horse, you race, you get your ass kicked, you're still making money.
right.
You save the crown.
Currently, it's a matter of like, it's like, it's kind of funny, but yeah.
This is all current. Yes, everything is current.
This is
November
current.
2nd, 2023. Yes.
Right. It's like there's definitely things we can do to incentivize picking as well. Do you know what I mean? It's
no,
like,
but how are you expect someone to come in and make an educated guess if they know jack shit about the project or the game? That's what I'm saying. Like, you can't just come in and be like, unless you're playing names off a wall. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I guess we would want, the goal would be for the display, kind of like the way that people like to, make picks on like, if maybe you don't know at first, but it's like, if you're somebody that knows horse racing, right? It's like, the progeny, the horses, like real horse racing. and you're there on TVG and it's, you know, midnight.
Yeah, but
you're
B's a
you're
smart
making big-
guy. And if I told him to handicap a race right now, I guarantee he's not going to go in and dive into the bloodline, the progeny. You know what I'm saying? But
Well,
I
I mean,
guarantee
how much
after
time
a
does he have?
week.
How much time does he have? Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
this
but
is. I can tell
yeah.
you, this is interesting. I definitely like just even watching tonight. Like, it's piqued my interest. I certainly want to learn more about wagering and stuff like that. But I do like what we're currently doing too. That, you know, the breeding and
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, if like I would say do it all, man, for real.
Yeah, I just think if you're coming into photo finish today, and again, it's November, now it's November 3rd. They just fucking rugged me a minute ago. November 3rd, 2023. My best advice to anybody coming into photo finish is just buy 2-year-old horses. Just buy 2-year-old horses, buy 2-year-old fillies, pump out horses, get your money back. You know what I'm saying? By the time everything shifts with the change of the ecosystem and everything into the May and the summertime, and Ian's already said he's going to have different plans and different ways to incentivize racing besides crown stimmy. So there will be ways to keep value and keep increasing value. But in the meantime, we pretty much have a guaranteed window, you know what I'm saying, of just buy 2-year-olds, shut them down, breed them. Like Latuda, man, if you're watching and you watch this on VOD, I'm so glad you listened to me. He's like, oh, I got the Mahdi horse. I got the Joker filly. Maybe I'll keep them racing. I'm like, bro, they're 3-year-old fillies. Shut them down. What are you doing? Like, go buy other 2-year-old horses on the marketplace and race them. You know what I'm saying? And just make the same crown and just keep pumping out babies, man. Because first of all, that's where you're going to make your money right now. And second of all, we need horses. The ecosystem needs babies to be born. So keeping 3-year-old fillies on the racetrack, the worst possible mistake, in my opinion. But again, this is all on November 3rd, 2023. If you're watching this in June of 2024, this is probably not going to be the case. But the reason why I'm bringing all this up.
Hopefully we've expanded even more. Hopefully it's but it'll be, you know, things do change. It'll be a different landscape. But we're looking to make, you know, we're looking for that, like the full, like in the same way that we kind of reached like that full game loop when the foals landed. I think there's like this other sort of like making it into orbit moment, which is like when we have
every age group represented.
Yes, all the ages and horses, maybe like season like 25, and horses start dying, and then it's like horses living and dying, and it's like that population is like, so it's like building to that point for that to be sustainable is like, that's like the next phase of like really testing the idea that we built from the ground up, which is like, we want this game to be sustainable for years and years and years. You know, this is like not, this game has the capacity to be sustainable for years, for kind of forever. I mean, depending on how well
forever,
it works
dude.
out.
I mean,
you know,
people that don't even know horses or know Web3 or anything about you guys, even some of them know about the legacy of McFly, and they all talk about Boy Named Sue and they call him BNS. They don't even say the full name. And these are people that don't even play photo finish because they're like actually intrigued by the storylines that these virtual horses are creating. And again, we talked about this, you know, many times over the year, where I'm like, what other project, what other game can you pass down? Like BE, if him and Shelby get a sick horse and they start cracking out babies on their own, he can just talk to his son and be like, hey, you know what? Hey, happy birthday. Here's a filly. Like, breed it out every month. Make your own legacy. And, you know, and maybe in like a will or inheritance and thing. And parents will be passing down horses. And these kids will be telling stories. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I inherited this horse from my parent. And now I'm breeding out 3 generations later. And I'm, you know, by the way, I'm on a yacht. You know. So, you know what I'm saying? It's just, it's crazy, man. Like, there's no other project. There's no other game, you know, that's doing this shit. So, it's just... To me, that's the long and short of it, man. Like, if you're here and you're looking at this and you're thinking about getting in, 2-year-old fillies, not financial advice, but just do it. Just do it. If you got the money and you're actually interested, just do it.
This second, like right now.
I don't have any to sell you, so I'm actually not even helping myself.
No, the more the merrier.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean,
but
that being said, you know, this was a very nice. It was a fairly relaxed evening, but I'm going to say that in the Discord chat, I'm seeing reports of people making a little bit of bank these picks tonight, and that's at the end of the day, that's kind of what it's all about. And I'm happy to see it. So I'm happy. This was a nice little time, gentlemen.
Yeah, well, like I said, I'm
Definitely.
glad BE was able to join us because
Definitely.
he brings another perspective. And I kind of want to close it out with this: is BE, as long as you've been around now and talking to me pretty much every day, all I talk about is photo finish.
Right.
Like, what stands out to you maybe about the project that, again, maybe intrigues you? Is it the wagering? Is it the owning a horse? Is it racing? Like my uncle, he loves watching the horses run around the track, and so do I. But like, what brings you more into the fold?
For sure. Well, so I really actually do enjoy watching the racing. I mean, the breeding was the first thing that kind of caught me. We talked about that a lot. The picking here. I mean, I might want to look into that more and do it. The other thing is, and I told this the other day, I was talking to my son about this, and he's 13. I know he can't really do this, but he's like, he wants to know he likes numbers and all that thing. So that's really cool too. Now, like I have something to like talk to him, something else to talk to him about other than like Fortnite and Roblox. So, but it's really cool. This is really cool. So I like how some people are saying like, just do it all. Like I'm every time I'm watching, I'm getting more interested, and we do talk about it a lot. And we just talked today about how I'm going to put some money in, and we're going to take a little further here. So I'm excited. Just the whole project is really cool. It's much, I like the NFTs and all that stuff, but like, here's a horse you can own and race and breed and do all this fun stuff. So I think that's really cool.
Oh,
Can't do that anywhere else. You just can't.
Yeah, man. Dip your toes. Take your time. Get comfy, man. I don't know. Yeah, that's really cool. It's the idea of doing this with like getting to play the game with a family member sounds really wholesome and fun. Yeah.
Totally.
So I hope that is an enjoyable experience for you.
For sure.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, I mean, it was definitely really nice to have you on.
Thank you for having me. Yep.
Yeah, man. And Mo, thanks for hosting. I know you're not feeling great tonight, but you still pulled it out. Mo's a consummate performance artist. He will not skip. He will not skip the evening, even though he died many years ago, in fact, but he's still able to get sick. As a skeleton.
I know, right? How does that work?
Yeah.
No, my girl had messaged me before. She's like, you can just tell, like, I'm trying not to ruin my voice again, like I did on the auctions. And second of all, she's like, you got to stop entering your horses in races, because she's like, when they don't win, man, she's like, it sticks with me now. Like, it actually sticks with me, and it's funny. I try to make a joke out of it, but it actually does piss me off a little bit. So I have to work on that. Yeah. So, but thank you for joining me. I will try to be a more consummate pro going forward, and being a little more professional flair to the show.
It was a lovely stream. Very nice.
Very good. It was a good stream.
Yes.
Thank you, gentlemen, for joining me. Thank you for chat, for hanging out, and indulging in the after show, after dark conversation. But yeah, I will catch you guys. I don't even know what the plan is nowadays. I guess Saturday? Yeah. BE, you're back. BE's gonna be doing this championship or big race Saturday, you said before, so maybe I should start calling it that. But yeah, we will see you guys soon. Stay tuned for more information. Peace.
See ya.
Peace all.